Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on some of the new pieces from the Bombshell Cosmetica Malt Parlour collection. So yes, it's another burger palette. So I did pick up a few pieces from the collection. I didn't get the whole thing and I didn't get all three palettes. I got two of them. So I'll just show you guys what I did get. I think this video is going to just be the burger palette, and then tomorrow I will post the milkshake. I think I'm just gonna do like live swatching like that girl Shay does with the milkshake palette because it's all shimmers. And then later on next week, I'll do like a full review and do a look with both of them combined. So this is the packaging that the Bomb Burger palette comes in, and you open it, it's like a little carton, and this is what their palette looks like. So theirs is a more kind of like cartoony type of burger. You got it on the front and on the back. You have the ingredients on the back. Just to kind of show you a comparison of size, this is the Glam Light Burger palette, and this is the Bombshell Cosmetica Burger palette. So definitely smaller, but most importantly, thinner. This is going to be much easier to store. I know a lot of people made comments about the size of this, and I totally agree with you. I still haven't figured out where I'm putting it yet. This, you could definitely like slide in somewhere. It does at least have a flat bottom, so you could like stand it upright, you know, with your palettes. I don't know how you keep your palettes wet. So this is how the palette opens, and quite frankly, I'm not a big fan of this. It's just magnetized and it comes completely off. Both of the palettes I purchased are like this, so I can only assume the cookie palette is like this as well. I really don't like this. I just feel like it's gonna make it difficult if you wanted to travel with this. I'd be afraid that it would slide around and then my shadows would get messed up. So if I did ever travel with this, I'd probably like put like 2 rubber bands around it or something, or make sure I keep it in like the pocket of a bag. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know why they couldn't have made it like open and stay attached or like slide out or something. The way that their photos online looked, there was always like part of it attached, so I just assumed it was kind of like that like slide out type of thing. But whatever, that's just my one little con so far. There is a pretty big mirror on the back here, so that's nice. And then the other kind of slightly annoying thing is no names on the palette, no names on the back, so I just assumed maybe it was a palette with no names, but there are names for the shadows on the back of the packaging. And this is some pretty big packaging. I probably am not going to be keeping the packaging, so that kind of sucks, especially for me, considering like I like to tell you guys the names of stuff that I'm using as I'm using it. So I might just like take a photo of it so I know what the names of these are. So that's kind of, I don't know why they did it that way. It's a little annoying. So let's talk about the palette itself. So this is an all matte palette. This is what it looks like up close. Trying to get the ring light to, there we go, okay. So I really love the shades in this palette. I like that you have a good mix here. As you can tell, I'm kind of going for the neon theme today because I really want to embrace some neon colors. I don't have a lot of neon shadows. I don't think I have any neon shadows in my collection. Maybe like 1 or 2 here and there. So I think this will be kind of fun to play with. So I definitely like that. Let me give you the pricing for this one. So the pricing for the Bomb Burger palette is $37 regularly, but it's on sale for $30. It's actually sold out right now, but I'm sure they'll bring some back or do a pre-order. That's probably the other thing I'm not the biggest fan about with Bombshell Cosmetica. I feel like they always have a 30 to 80% off sale, which just makes me feel like they've always overpriced their palettes, just so that you feel like you're getting a good deal by putting it on sale. Like, it's one thing if you put things on sale every now and then, but for you to like literally always have your palettes on some kind of 30 to 80% off sale, I just feel like you're overpricing it from the start, and that just is a little shady if you ask me. I don't like that. But I'm a sucker for stuff, and that's one thing I will say is I do really like the Bombshell Cosmetica formula. I've got the Candylicious palette and I have 2 of their Candy Shop palettes, and I love all 3 of them, so that's why I continue to buy. And they are still kind of new and starting out, so I kind of feel like they're just learning as they go, things that do and don't work. Like they had a whole bunch of communication issues last time around. Hopefully it's been better for everybody this time around. So I'll say this again in tomorrow's video, but just in case, the Milkshake palette is $39.99 on sale for $30, and it is still in stock. The other palette they had was the Cookie palette. That's also $39 and on sale for $30. I didn't get that one just because honestly, the colors just didn't speak to me. It was cute. You know, if they'd had some really amazing bundle deal for all 3 of them, I might have considered getting it, but it just wasn't anything I needed in my collection. Like I said, if you are interested or you wanted it, I mean, I'm sure that it's probably gonna end up being really nice because I do like their formula a lot, but I just figured I was getting some pretty kind of deeper shades here. I'm not the biggest neutral fan, so I don't usually jump for that, and it seemed like it had a lot of neutrals or kind of deeper tones, and I'm in a very springy, bright mood right now. Last thing I picked up that I will mention is a pair of the lashes. They had a ton of lashes they released. This one is the Smile Surprise style, and they have like different styles like this, and then within this style they have different styles of lashes. So this is Smile Surprise, but it's in the style Sweets. And they had a couple others, like hot dog ones that had different styles in it, burger ones that had different styles in it. So it gets a little tricky how they do that, but these are regularly $29.99 and on sale for $11.99. Again, I just feel like that whole regular price versus on sale price just makes you feel like you're getting a good deal, but these probably are just $12 lashes. That's just my opinion. So, like I said, I'm going to do a look with the burger palette in this one, and I'll use the lashes. And then tomorrow, if you want to come back and see all of the Milkshake ones swatched on the eyes, I will do that. Let me go ahead and roll the clips I took of the swatches, and then we'll get started. Here are the swatches. We have jalapeno, paprika, cheese, ketchup, black pepper, bread, tomato, sauce, cabbage, bacon, onions, bun, tasty, lettuce, mustard, and beef. So all matte shades. Some of them were a lot more creamy than others. Some of them took some building. These shades right here were really pigmented. So was this one and this one. The neons were pretty pigmented. You had some that needed to be built up, like these two right here, and this purple and the brown. But overall, they're really pretty, and I think they're gonna blend really nicely with a brush. So these are all the shades. All right, so I do have my lids primed with MAC Paint Pot. I'm not doing a white base. Let's see how these work on their own without a white base. Hopefully it works just fine. I can always go back in if I need to, but I'm gonna try it without for now. I am gonna use smaller brushes, I think, just so I can be more concentrated. And if you can hear like a weird humming or vacuum sounding noise, my husband is in the garage working, and that's literally right below me. And he's working on a project, so I don't feel like stopping him. So yeah, you might hear that. I apologize. So I want to start off straight into the bright neon yellow shade, which is mustard. And I'm gonna try popping that in the inner corner, and then a little bit up onto the crease, I think. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit on the sheer side. I feel like this is where the white base probably would come in handy. Honestly, I think I might go in and do a white base. I feel like it's a little unfair to expect a neon shadow to perform more than that, like on a non-white base. I mean, clearly you can see it's not working like I want it to. Let's see, I'm gonna go into the green shade, which is Lettuce. And this is definitely pretty. It's kind of like watercolor. Maybe we should do it both ways. All right, we're gonna do it both ways. I'm going to do just like on a regular base right here on this side, and then I will put some white base on the other eye and do the exact same look mirrored so you can see what the difference is. I think that'll be a fun idea. And then I think I'm gonna finish off the end with blue. Which is the blue one? Sauce. Some of these names are a little interesting too. I mean, some of them are definitely condiments, and then others are just like food feelings. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. So this blue is definitely coming off sheer. It's not really picking up on my brush very well either. Go back into a little bit of that green lettuce shade. Need a more dense brush with that blue sauce shade just to kind of really pack it on out here. That definitely helps. Look at that. Just having a more dense brush, you definitely get a bit more color payoff here. So that's good. I think I am going to take that dense brush though and just run back through the other colors just to see what difference it makes. So first lettuce. I mean, that can also make a difference too when you're doing a look, is the type of brush you're using. Sometimes a more dense brush just makes all the difference. That brush picked up the color so much better. Wow, I'm really impressed now. I didn't really think about what I was going to do across the lid. I mean, normally I'm doing a shimmer. So let me pack more of this blue shade. Maybe I'll just do all three of them. Okay, I think I will just bring it across. I'm not trying to do anything super complicated. I'm just kind of trying to see how these perform. And we can do a nice fun look, you know, going forward with the, I'm really looking forward to combining the two palettes and also using some of the other colors, but I was just really curious to see how these kind of neon-y tones performed. So putting the lettuce color across the lid, blending in a bit more of that blue sauce shade, and back in once more to the yellow mustard shade. So I want to do the hot pink shade next, which is bacon. We're gonna line the lower lash line with that. Okay, I'm gonna take a fat pencil brush, also dip it back into that pink. Kind of just buff it a bit. And then I'm gonna go into the orange, which is bun, and buff it underneath. Definitely keep having to go back into this color. And once more back into the hot pink, just to re-intensify what I lost and also blend it in better with this outer part. Okay. I don't dislike it. I feel like the inner corner just looks a little odd. Try putting a clean brush. I don't know if it's just there's too much product built up. Or it could be because my eye was watering. Yeah, there's some, it's so frustrating when your eye starts watering. I feel like that's as good as it's gonna get if my eye is watering. Okay, I'll just do this on fast forward. I'll like kind of post a couple of clips here and there while I'm doing it. I won't do the whole thing, but just so you guys can kind of see it in action. But I do wanna go through and put a white base down. I'll probably do the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. I think it's really the only white base I have now that I think about it. I have that ColourPop liner, but that thing dries. I'm gonna try doing this, and like I said, I'll just kind of fast forward through so you can see some of the shadows going down, but I wanna see how doing the exact same look on this eye with a white base turns out, just so you guys can know also if you want to do a white base for those neon shadows. So I am still gonna put a little bit of MAC Paint Pot down, and then I'll put the Milk pencil over the top. It's been a while since I've used this as a base. I'm gonna try to flare it out like I know I'm going to do with the shadows so that there's a little something underneath it. I don't want to come up too high because then, you know, it's just gonna show above the shadows. Okay. I think it gives a nice tackiness. I'm also gonna put some underneath. Okay, so it's not like a harsh white base, but it's a white base enough that I think is gonna make a difference. It also has a good tackiness to it. So let me just kind of put you guys on fast forward. You can watch a couple of the shadow applications, but I'm literally going to do the exact same thing and we'll just see what the difference looks like. Okay, wow. I definitely feel like there's a pretty huge difference between the left eye and the right eye. So if you're gonna go with the neon shades in this palette, I highly recommend putting down some kind of white base. You saw I didn't have any like special white concealer, even though they do sell that. So if you have that, you can use that, but just doing that NYX Milk Jumbo Pencil, what the hell? NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. Those things are dirt cheap. So, you know, definitely if you can get one of those, I highly recommend it on these shades. It is so vibrant. I feel like it's stuck a lot better. It's beautiful. So I definitely prefer this eye. I'm not gonna like take them off and redo this eye. I'm actually gonna just leave it. But I do think it's a really cool way for you to see the difference between with a white base and without. So I'll probably even make note of that like when I post my Instagram post that you can kind of see the difference. And I think it makes a big difference. So let me put on a liner mascara and I'll put on the Sweets fry lashes basically. And then we'll kind of do some final first impression thoughts on at least the shadows that I tried. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. So for lips, I ended up doing a combination of the Collective Cosmetics. This is one of their eye and lip lacquers in the shade Brute, but it was from one of their subscription boxes, so you can't buy it anymore, but I really like the color. It's like a really pretty coral, but I sheared it out and then I topped it with Wet Cherry Gloss from Lime Crime in Cherry Crush. I love this one. It just gives it the slightest little orange tint. Let's see. So overall thoughts on this palette. Oh, I did also add yellow liner. I did Punch from ColourPop. I wish I had one of their neon liners because I think that really would have complemented it. And I was kind of torn between doing yellow and white, but in the end I went with yellow and I think it goes nicely with the lower lash line. I'm still kind of on the fence about these lashes. From a distance, they're looking really good. And like, I don't know, it's just, I feel like when I get up in the mirror, I can really tell that some of them are pushed a lot farther back than others. And I don't know if it's just because they got maybe messed up in the box or if they're supposed to be this way because they're really long and fluffy lashes. I don't really know. I don't do a lot of like long fluffy pairs. And I don't know, is there a way to get them to be more uniform? Like, can you style fake lashes? I really know nothing about fake lashes other than sticking them on my eyes. So if you guys have any tips, I'll show you guys in the close-up and you can kind of see what they look like. As far as the shadows go, obviously I've only used the kind of more bright neon-y-ish tones. So it was pretty much just these two down here, these two right here, and then the pink. So we still have a lot more to go. So I will try to play with this palette just on my own throughout the week. And then I'll do a look with a combination of this and the shimmers in my review video. Maybe I'll do two, I'm not sure. Like I said, there's so many videos I gotta film right now. It's just trying to find the time to do it. But as far as the like neon, I don't know if you want to call these neons, but in my book, they're neons. They're not as intense as like a blinding neon, but they are neon tones. I definitely think that the white base is the way to go with this one. You can see it. I can see it from a distance. I can see it in the mirror, so I'm hoping you guys can see it on camera, but you will definitely see it in the close-up. This side is so just beautiful and vibrant. And I think the colors stand out and they're very true to color. They were very easy to work with. Mostly what I did was kind of packing it on and doing light blending, and they work just fine that way. You know, it's still pretty over here, but it's just not as vibrant. Some of the shades, especially things like the yellow, you can kind of see my skin peeking through there. But the pinks and the oranges work just fine. I have a feeling the other shades in the palette are going to work just fine on top of just a regular old primer. That's how Bombshell's formula usually is. I don't really feel like I can compare these shadows to previous Bombshell palettes because I do feel like a neon formula is a very different formula than a regular shadow. So there's a good chance that the rest of the shadows in this palette will perform differently than these. So I can't wait to kind of try the rest of them and just see how they all stack up. But so far, really liking these particular shadows on top of a white base. So I definitely think that's very important. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye guys.